All right, here we go. We've got Alex Pagulayan, the Lion, on the left, and lagging against Brandon Schuff. And this is from Table 2 at the 2018 West Coast Challenge one pocket event, which was $5,000 added and took place at California Billiards in Fremont. And this was in July. I think it was July, I want to say July 6th. I could be wrong, though. No, July 4, 5, and 8. 4, 5, and 6 were these dates. So it was probably July 4th or 5th. Anyway, once again, we're going to, let's flash forward now. The chat room is live. If anybody has any questions or anything about, pool in general, feel free to, jump into the chat room and ask away. But I want to once again congratulate Brandon Schuff, who recently just won the Maryland State 10-ball championship. So big win for him, playing against all the players out there in Maryland. And here we have Brandon Schuff, very proficient, very good one-pocket player, is up against Alex Pagulayan. And if you have any issues with the audio, please let me know. Like if you can't hear, there should be background noise for the table that you're watching right now. There should be room noise and stuff. This is a very good break. I like this break from Brandon. The cue ball is kind of high. So pretty good defensive shot there. About all Alex really could do. And Brandon did break the balls kind of wide open, so the stack is pretty loose, if that's what you want to call it. If you want to call this a stack. Hello to Sheila Noyes, Russ Zorn, Benjamin Dawn watching, Jason Langford, all you guys in the chat rooms. Hope you're enjoying your hump day, your Wednesday today. And I'm going to just remind you guys, this is a one camera shoot. So we only had one camera. There will be no camera angle changes or anything like that. And I am now keeping an updated score because we merely recorded these matches and we did not pay 100% of our attention to the scoreboard. So right now, I'm doing some live scoring on this table. So we've got 4 matches we're playing today. 2 10-ball matches and 2 one-pocket matches. And Alex takes his first opening and gets on the board with 1 ball. This is a race to 4. And so this was from the winner's side. This was probably, I believe, the first or second day of play. I think it was the first day of play because we were doing race to 4, and then I believe the second day when we opened up, it was 1 lost side matches. Alex, incidentally, has, I guess he sealed the deal with Tony Chohan to do an action match, race to 40 for, I don't know what the wager is, but They plan to have that match sometime in the next few months, I would imagine. Alex Pagulayan, as you guys probably all know, is considered probably in the top 3 one-pocket players in the world, next to guys like let's say Dennis Orcollo and Tony Chohan, and arguably a few other players. He certainly knows how to build his runs. He's a guy that can. I mean, one pocket's a difficult game because you're putting all your balls in one pocket. You've got to play position in sort of a different manner than you would playing 8-ball, 9-ball, or straight pool even. You're playing position for one pocket only at all times, and if you're not playing position for a pocket, you're playing position for a defensive shot. So, or you're just playing. You're playing to move balls to your side and create strength for yourself. Brandon's going to take on this 2-railer, and it looks like it might even go in. Well, that would have been nice if he rattled it into the jaw. It would have taken away a lot of options for Alex, but also Brandon did leave this bank on the 2-ball, which is pretty easy for Alex, and he can also get his cue ball safe. So there you go. Alex gets his 5th ball. And I need confirmation that we're getting video on Facebook, because I don't actually see the video on Facebook. So if you're not getting video on Facebook or picture, I see you're getting audio, but I don't know if you're getting pictures. So please let me know in Facebook. Another very nice shot by Alex. I think he was hoping to bump into something there, but he's okay. I mean, 6-0 against Brandon SHUFF with very little to Brandon's side. I mean, you can't complain there. Definitely has the upper hand. Alex just playing safe to get his cue ball down table. He could have done a little better there. He hasn't taken away all of Brandon's options with that shot. Brandon can, if he wants to, he can try to squeeze this 13 past the 9-ball like a long bank. He may have to use a little bit of reverse. You have to play it in such a way that if he misses, the 13 goes back up table. Yeah, that's nice and exactly. He wants the 13 to go back up table though. It didn't do it. He flicked against the 9. So that was the danger in that shot. If you're playing that shot, you have to play that shot long. Everybody checking in on Facebook saying, hey, it's all good. We got picture and video. Jeff Sullivan, not Nesbahal, Massimo Michel, and Philip Ye. Sean Damani, my man. Frank Nordman, play the game. Jim Watt, Steve Chaplin from Savannah, Georgia. I was thinking about you the other day because I have a friend, an acquaintance that I think is going on vacation to Georgia. I was wondering why too, because I mean you had the tropical storm Florence over there. All right, so what's Brandon gonna do? He's I mean, that's kind of all you can do is go for a shot there. So that's going to be game one pretty quickly in, I'd say about 12 minutes. Pretty good. And not good for Brandon because that was actually Alex's break. All good, okay. That's exactly where I like to leave my cue ball after breaking in one pocket. Best game ever. Sorry, did I not mention that? If you're just joining us, I mentioned it a few minutes ago. I believe Geraldine and I are going to have another podcast later this evening. So, we give you all guys and gals time to get home from work and do your thing and, check in with us. We got a lot of stuff happened in September, and Geraldine and I are going to talk about all of it in both three-cushion billiards and in pool. And, you got this young man, Brandon Schuff, who just won the Maryland State 10-ball championship. Yeah, Shane Van Boning, he won a European event this month. Good on him. Very difficult for him in the past to win these international events, and there he goes. In what turned out to be a controversial set against Eklent Kachi. Shane Van Boning won the finals of the dynamic billiard event. And so a lot of stuff happened this month in September. So join us later this evening, maybe around 8 or 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Geraldine and I haven't nailed down a time yet. I'm sure she'll be texting me soon. A lot of news in pool, which is a great thing, They do say, though, no news is good news. But I don't agree in pool. I think we need more news. I think we need more news. All right, so Alex has put a pretty good shot on Brandon. He's got choice. His cue ball's not stuck against anywhere, which is good. So it looks like Brandon might just try to bank the 7, and get into the pack. And look what happens when you do the right thing. Good things happen. So Brandon gets on the board in the second game. Race to 4. You kind of don't want to make a ball, though. If you're gonna place your cue ball in the middle of a stack like that, you kind of don't want to make a ball. You would rather just leave it close to the pocket. But Brandon plays a good shot. He tripled up Alex, preventing him from making the 8 ball. And cue ball's nicely, it looks to be pretty close to the rail. So not really much I see as far as great shots from Alex here, except to lay up in some manner. And that wasn't a great shot. It was not. In fact, I mean, if he could have been in a lot of trouble with that shot. I mean, Brandon could have found something like a combo in the stack there if Brandon, so desired to shoot at the stack and go for a combo. But he'll end up taking one, if not both of these balls out. He's got to be careful not to leave a bank on that 9. You see the 9 ball up table. He doesn't want to leave. He doesn't want to leave Alex that shot. Alex has a very high percentage of bank shot like that on the 9 ball. So you can almost assume that Alex will go for it if he leaves it. So he did leave it, but SHUFF was able to throw the 1 ball and the 8 ball into the open. But that may not be stopping Alex. Alex may be able to get this cue ball underneath on the underside of the 1, or if he's just going to use the stack. Okay. And look at that. That's why they refer to Alex as one of the top 3 one-pocket players in the world. I'm going to assume he played it off the 11 like that, and played it very well. Played it very well. Larry Johnson asks, is Josh Roberts in this tournament? You know what? Oddly enough, Ariel Carmeli I think he was going to sponsor Josh to play in this tournament, but apparently Josh ended up, Josh Roberts. No, I was thinking Josh Ulrich. No, Josh Roberts did not play in this tournament. He ended up playing at Freezer's Ice House, but we did not see him at the West Coast Challenge One Pocket. My bad, guys. My bad. And Manzatu Lon Liviu asks, what was the controversy with Shane on the Euro Tour? Well, you'll just have to watch it. Eklent Kachi was up 6-3 against Shane, and Shane played a shot with the bridge, and they caught it on video. It looked as though the cue ball may have hit the bridge, causing a foul, but no foul was called. So that was the controversy. It was played thousands of times on Facebook afterwards. So I wouldn't be surprised if you'll be able to find that clip of Shane playing that shot with the bridge. But not too much controversy, just a little bit. But there are mixed opinions as to whether or not Shane actually did foul. But the bottom line is, nobody called the foul on Shane, and the match was being reffed. So that pretty much, the only thing to question now is whether or not you really think Shane is honest or not. I mean, that's the controversy, really. Anyway, I think he was honest, and I actually don't think it was a foul either. So, and I want to thank Larry Johnson for his super chat. Thanks, buddy. Well, a shot by Alex, and he's got another ball down. And looks like he might be able to make this 2. Yeah. So he's now off and running. He could, if he doesn't want to reach for the 14 ball, he can shoot for the 1, cut the 1 down the rail. But looks like he wants to shoot the 14 next. I think it'd probably be best for him because he can get more balls this way. Well, this is turning out to be the Alex show, isn't it, folks? I have to say, I'm used to seeing much better from Brandon. Despite the fact, I mean, Brandon's had a couple of opportunities to do things, but we've not seen the best performance from Brandon so far. As far as one pocket's concerned, and I know how good Brandon plays. He plays very, very good, very good. Russ Zorn from Boise, Idaho. He says, "Thanks for loving pool, Daniel," and thank you, Russ. Thank you for your super chat. Appreciate it, buddy. Hope you're doing well out there in Boise, Idaho, kicking ass and taking names. That's what we like to do in pool. I tell you guys and girls watching right now, last week, and if Geraldine's watching, she's probably going to roll her eyeballs because I was out till 5 in the morning. But last week I probably played the best pool of my life against I don't even know his last name. Actually, though, I did take his phone number, so let me see. Sorry about that. That's my squeaky office chair. I'm actually I've ordered a new, gamer chair that I'm gonna put together. It's supposed to come tomorrow, so no more squeaking soon. Anyway, I played the best pool of my life last week. I was playing 9-ball, and I was breaking good. I was running racks, and believe it or not, I was playing a guy named Rocky. Let's see if I know his last name. Rocky Tor from Hard Times. So I was playing Rocky Tor at Hard Times. We were playing 100 a set and raced to 9. I beat him 9-2 in the first set, and then he comes back. He beats me 9-7 or 9-8. We went hill, and then he beats me another one 9-7. And then I get my head out of my ass, and I beat him 9-3. And in that last set, I ran a 4-pack. I couldn't believe it's the most I've ever run. I've never run a 4-pack. Now, mind you, one of those racks, I got a 2-9 carom shot that I played. But it was a good shot, and I held in there, hung in there. And I got to tell you, this is the first time for me where I've gotten into a match like that where you literally keep somebody in their chair, and I got to say, I've never had that feeling before where somebody is just squirming in their chair, just dying to get up and shoot, but they can't. They have no control, And for the first time in I guess maybe for the first time in a long time, I felt that feeling like, wow, I'm really frustrating my opponent. It's really, so I don't know. I'm almost 50 years old. I still love the game. I love to play the game. I love to sweat the action. But but when you're playing good, that's why we play. We play for those moments. Anyway, let's get back to this. I'm sorry, guys. I'm taking liberties here. But anyway, and I broke even. So I played the best pool of my life, and I broke even. And I got in trouble for coming home at 5 in the morning. Life of a pool player, huh? So I'm pretty sure that Alex is ending up. He's going to take a foul on this. I don't think he did. He hit the 15. It looks like he's got 2 coins. Okay, he's got 2 coins on the shelf. So that means he owes 2 balls, folks. Does he have 2 coins? Maybe somebody in the chat room can help me there. 'Cause it looks like he has 2 coins on the shelf. Anyway, I'm really happy I got the chance to play a match like that with my friend, with Rocky Tour. We plan to have a rematch. In fact, I actually want to know if I can videotape it. I'll do some commentary afterwards. Maybe I'll stream it for you guys, and you guys can watch it. But this guy Rocky Tour from Hard Times brings out my best game. So I think I found myself a pretty worthy opponent. So Brandon makes a ball for Alex. That puts him at -1 now. Well, actually, I don't see the coin anymore. So maybe it's not -1, but I'll just keep it at 0. And if he ends up owing a ball, I just won't count it. Yeah, I want to say, actually, congratulations to Chris Robinson. He just took us the new sponsor, Jerry McWhorter Cues. California cue maker, very talented. I've always loved Jerry's cues. So congratulations to Chris Swartz. It's always nice to have a good sponsor when you're a pool player. So I hope it works out for you, Chris. And I hope you actually rack up some wins with your new equipment. Chris Robinson is a junior champion from 2013, if I'm not mistaken. And junior national champion 2 years in a row, I believe. And he's just entered his 20s now. Originally from Ventura, California. He's a very talented player. And miscue from Alex Pagulayan. So here comes Brandon. These are the kinds of things you got to hope for when you're playing anybody. One pocket is these unexpected sellouts. All right, I got to stop the phone from being so loud. I turned my ringer off. Brandon's got a good attitude at the table. Always has. My first time meeting Brandon SHUFF was at the I want to say 2013 Jay Swanson Memorial Tournament, and I had to play him. We played 9-ball. I think it was a race to 8, and I had him 3-0, and I swear to God, I thought, man, I got this match. I've got this match, man. And I made one mistake playing Brandon, and it changed the whole match. You know, I had other opportunities at the table, but I think being the amateur that I am, playing pool, I wasn't able to accept my mistake. You know, like a pro player really knows how to shake it off, whereas the amateur, like myself, has a tough time letting go and moving on toward the next shot. So I couldn't forgive myself for a terrible mistake I made, and Brandon ended up beating me, I think, like 8-5 or something like that. But he's a gentleman. You know, he was a great guy to play against. And wow, that was nice. Nice shot by Alex. And he reminds me actually a little bit of Dave Hema. He reminds me a little bit like Dave Hema, not the Southern drawl, but Dave's kind of like that too. He's a real gentleman, and he'll actually go back and kind of like, hey man, you know, maybe that shot you played here wasn't the right shot, or you had a chance at this point, but then all of a sudden it seemed like something, you know. He was really cool about it. Brandon's a great, not only a good player, but a good ambassador to the game. And he looks great too these days. I think he lost like 60 pounds. So he's looking great, playing good. I'd like to see more from him. Alex now. I mean, Alex is just one of these guys. I'd like to play him. I mean, if I had the chance to, I'd play him $10 a game even. I'd play him for a whole week if I could, because you'd learn so much if you played him. And by the way, Alex did owe that one ball. So he only has one, and Brandon has 4 now. Yeah, I mean, I definitely, if I could, I would play Alex all day, every day for a week. I'd play him $10 a game if I could, and you know, I'd learn a lot from it. You know. So, did Brandon take a foul there? Is that what happened? And then Alex plays like that shot. Yeah. Brandon was able to get through the gauntlet of Earl Strickland's antics. I got a chance to watch a little bit of that on the Facebook stream. And I got to tell you, Earl had all the gear on, didn't he? He had that whole, I don't know how he plays with all that stuff on his hand. Like I couldn't, he finds it to be comfortable. I couldn't do it. I mean, I can barely play with a glove. let alone with whatever contraption he's wearing. I mean, he's got like boxer's tape, medical tape, and all kinds of stuff going on while he's playing pool. Well, off and running again. This is very, very could very well be 3-0 now from Alex. Yeah, pool in the United States is about to hit us real hard. We've got a lot of big things coming up in pool. We've got the U.S. Open taking place in Las Vegas next year. That's coming up. There's a U.S. International 9-ball Open that AccuStats is putting on, and the Moscone Cup. Well, that's not happening in the States, but the U.S. have made a huge campaign of the Moscone Cup this year. Lots of stuff happening. It's all good. Sean Damani says I wish we could do a U.S. Open qualifier in Cali. We could do a U.S. Open qualifier. That wouldn't be a bad idea. That'll do it for Brandon on that game. So that is now 3-0, race to 4, and here comes Alex with the break. This is not proving to be a great match for Brandon. Peter Heel says that he thinks Earl Strickland actually has trouble with his hand now, so he protects it as much as possible. You might be right. I don't know for sure. It could just be what he says. I mean, they're just things. The reasons for Earl using and doing what he does in the game, they're not the same reasons that you and I might have for doing certain things in the game. So. Jesse Whistler says, "Let's go, SHUFF." I know. I want to see a good show here. I want to see SHUFF do something. I want to watch Alex sweat a little bit. You know what I'm saying, folks? Well, that's going to make Brandon sweat. Somebody in the chat room, Daddy Kane, asking about what's the news with what's the American team going to be? Well, they still got that 8 players that they announced, which was Corey Dool, Dennis Hatch, Skyler, Justin. Well, no, actually, it's a squad of 8 players, if I'm not mistaken. So they've got it boiled down to 8 players. Johan Rusnik has them in their training camp. You got Shane, Billy, Skylar, Oscar, Hatch, Steyer, the young Tyler Steyer, and Mitch Ellerman and Shane McMinn are still in the running. So, we still got 8 players being considered of the 5-player team. Man, Brandon played a very difficult shot there. With what he had, that's the only shot he kind of could play. But what he did not expect was to miss the stack completely there. He wanted to kind of come into the 9 at least and prevent Alex from having a shot at the 7. Instead, now Alex, I'm sorry, not a shot at the 7, but he wanted to stick him in the stack. Instead, the cue ball just missed the stack completely. Now he shoots at 3. So Alex has the edge in this game as well. We do have more matches coming up right after this. We got Shane Van Boning versus who did I say? Oh, my bad. I mean, you got Jason Shaw versus Shane Van Boning playing one pocket. And then we're going to have 2 10-ball matches coming up after this. So enjoy your hump day, folks. Enjoy your Wednesday. And keep loving pool. Alex with 3 now. It looks like he's eyeballing that 1-6 billiard shot, which is makeable, I think. He might just be able to cut the 1 completely. That way his cue ball, he'd still be able to work with his cue ball. And as luck would have it, Alex avoids the scratch. He's turned this into what looked like a 2-ball run into a 4-ball so far, and now, as you can see, he can be out right here if he plays this right. He's got the 7 and the 15. He'd have to move the 15 away first before making the 7. So let's see what happens after he shoots this 12. Does he float over for the 7 to 15, or does he come down to bank the 15? Oh, no, he's going to come for the 15. Alex playing for 2 balls. What's happening here? Not sure. Not sure what happened just there. Did Brandon ask for a ball count or something? Or did somebody see a foul? I don't know. Maybe Brandon... Maybe something happened with Brandon. He had to go ask somebody something. And this is going to do it, folks. Just like that. It's 4-0. Quick match for Alex Pagulayan defeating Brandon Schuff. And we are going to move on to the next match, which is going to be Shane Van Boning versus Jason Shaw. Now, just want to remind you guys that all of these matches took place in July. I'm just providing you with live commentary and live scoring on these matches. So, I'd be very careful wagering against each other watching these matches, because the brackets for these matches are all on CompuSport too. So people are welcome to, you're welcome to check it out for yourself. So So let's start this match here between Jason Shaw and Shane Van Boning.